Yeah.
Welcome along to what is the first episode of More Than a Game podcast. It's
Wow.
Dre and Tim, and all we're doing is basically talking a lot of stuff, mainly about basketball and anything else going on that sort of piques our interest. And this is probably going to turn into a regular podcast, and hopefully it'll be one that gets watched by quite a few people who enjoy hearing our views on what's happening in the NBA in particular, and anything else, maybe the occasional thing about the NBL and any other sort of events that are happening. So welcome along the great man, Andre Moore. This is who we've named the podcast after.
Oh, I'm so honored, man. How are you, Tim? Thank you very much. Good to see you, man.
So we
Coming
finally
to you live from my backyard here in Brizzy, man. A nice little. We just had a little bit of rain coming down here, but it stopped now, so it's going pretty good. But it's a beautiful day here in Brizzy.
Has it been a fair bit of rain in Brisbane the last couple of weeks? Or?
Not a whole lot, a little bit, but we just I think next 2 hours or so we're going to be coming out of our lockdown. We had a lockdown for 3 days because of some contact tracing that they're trying to implement here in the city. And I must give the people of Brisbane a big round of applause for the efforts they've been putting forth the last 3 days with adhering to the rules that the government here in Brisbane has put in place. Everywhere you go, people are wearing masks. I'm not wearing one now because I'm here at home by myself, but I wear whenever I go out. I got my mask on, and everyone's been following the rules and regulations. So I give the Brisbane people a lot of credit and plaudits, for their effort.
Yeah, very interesting. As I read, it's sort of a quick 72-hour lockdown, and then there hasn't been any cases, so restrictions being lifted as not too long. So masks are still sort of mandatory from what I'm hearing.
I think they will be mandatory for some time to come, which is better safe than sorry sort of a way of dealing with the situation. So I'm all for it. I'm actually going to be trying to put together some of my own masks, go in and make some masks up, for myself and for the kids, using some of my maybe some old bullets paraphernalia and whatnot, and try to be as creative as some of these people I've seen out here. Creative, but safe first and foremost. Creative second, yeah.
Rightio. Anyway, on to probably some NBA talk, I guess. So, I guess, where did you want any particular place that you wanted to start as far as the NBA discussions today?
Ooh, wow! There's so much going on in the league right now. Well, there's, on that same note of COVID, there's been a lot of players been missing games because of positive results they've been getting back. Most notably, KD with the Nets. I think he'll be out a few more days because of quarantine issues. Apparently, he came in contact with someone recently. Do you have any more information on that? On KD's
Kevin Durant actually, he played today actually. So is that up?
Oh, that goes out the window. I thought he was still out.
No,
he played early today. Okay.
A lot of players have had, as you said, have caught COVID, and they've had to cancel a Boston versus Miami game that was scheduled for today as a result of the protocols to do with COVID-19. So that's stirring up a bit of a nest there. So I'm not sure how long that. I mean, Boston had quite a few players out. As we know, Philadelphia fielded a team of only 7 players yesterday. That is still, for some reason, the NBA still made them play yesterday with 7 players.
Right. They should have gave me a call.
Yeah, they should have given you a call. You could have helped out. You could have helped out the rookie Tyrese Maxey scored 39 points yesterday.
I could have got some of those points, man. They could have given me a call. I would have been on the first thing smoking from here to Philadelphia.
And interestingly enough, if we have a look at the Eastern Conference standings, Philadelphia have the best record, 7 wins and 3 losses. So even though they lost that because of 7 players yesterday, they still have the best record in the East, which is quite a surprise. What do you think? Who are your surprise teams in the East, and who are the teams that you think aren't doing as well as they should be?
Well, the Hawks obviously are my dark horse team at this moment. They
They
put
have been
together
struggling the
quite
last couple of weeks, though. I think the 4 and 5.
yeah. But they came. They the last few games I watched them play. They look really talented. I think they will make a bit of noise come playoff time. So but the Sixers are doing really well because they've surrounded Simmons and Embiid with some shooters now. Seth Curry and
Danny
most notably
Green.
Seth Curry and Green, Danny Green, yeah. So that's open up the inside for those guys. But the most disappointing team by far has probably been the Raptors. Raptors. I don't know if it's because they're sort of a homeless team right now. They can't play in their home
Could
arena,
have
so
something to do with it, I
I
think.
think they're down. It could have something to do with it, but I think um, Pascal, yes, I can't see Pascal Siakam has not been living up to his expectations for whatever reason right now. He's been very inconsistent for a star player. Yeah.
So there's the standings. You can see Indiana Pacers have started out pretty well. Boston, as expected, pretty good as well. Orlando quite good, but lost 2 in a row. The Bucks are 6 and 4. The Knicks have been a little bit surprising, 500 team.
Yeah, they're pretty good. The Knicks as well, yeah.
Same with Cleveland, same with Charlotte. All those teams are 500.
The Bulls team, my Chicago Bulls aren't too bad this year either. They're going to be okay. They got some good rookies and some of their vets are starting to step it up a little bit. So yeah, they'll be fine. I think in the end.
Brooklyn Nets 5 and 6, a little bit disappointing after they won their first couple of games.
Yeah.
And let's just talk about, I guess, have you sort of heard any stories as to what personal reasons Kyrie Irving has been sitting the last 2 games out for?
Yeah, he's quite a character, that guy. What a player, man! What a player. No, I haven't heard any details, but a lot of people are speculating it has something to do with his feelings on the latest Capitol storming storming the Capitol situation.
Yeah.
It was his way of protesting. But I think from what I gathered, he didn't go about it the right way. Should have consulted the team and been a bit more upfront about not wanting to play instead of just being very blasé about it. He it was doesn't appear to have been done in a very professional way. But I don't have all the ins and outs on what was going on, so I can't truly and thoroughly speculate on that. I mean, I can't speculate, but I can't.
So you can see there the Atlanta Hawks have lost 4 in a row, so they're sort of in a bit of a cold stretch. And I'm not sure if you saw yesterday a pretty severe injury for Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Yeah, I saw him go down on Sports Center earlier today. So that turned out to be a lot more serious than people thought, huh?
Yeah, so that's no good. Obviously, Orlando Magic, Markel Fultz injured for the season.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the young fella. He got off to a rough start in his first year or so in Philly and got traded, had a new lease on life in Orlando, and he was starting to really, really emerge. And then this injury came, but that's part of the game, injury. We also had another major injury. What's his name? For the Washington Bullets. The center for the Washington Bullets.
Yeah, that was only in the last 24 hours. Thomas the Tank Engine Bryant. Yeah.
Yeah, playing some good ball. Undersized center. He'd be about 6'8", 6'9", but was playing some good ball, thanks to Beal and Westbrook's helping elevate his game. And then he's going down. So I really feel sorry for him as well too. But those guys, they're young. I think he's like 23 years old. He's a baby. You probably still smell Similac on him.
He's playing really well too. So you can see there, Washington Wizards 2-8. They must have lost a lot of close games. There's only a 3-point differential. So they sort of haven't had the taste of winning much at the
No.
moment. Westbrook's been rested. Was rested a couple of games as well. So he's not doing back-to-backs. The other thing there that we don't know how good Miami are at the moment. The 500 ball club. They're the team that made the finals last year. I'm not sure. It's hard to know how they're going to sort of turn out this year. I think they could be like they were last year, but they're right in the middle of the pack there. But it is very early.
Yeah, it is too early. Too early. Yeah, we're not even. I don't think we're even a month into the season.
Yeah,
so it's very early.
we're not even 3 weeks in. So
Yeah.
Lakers, as expected, they started out very well. They've got the best differential in the West. The Phoenix Suns have been a little bit of a surprise. They're 7-3.
Yeah, they're playing really good ball. Yeah, out there, out west there.
They're very competitive. They've got a very well-rounded team. I like what they're doing.
They're very well coached too, but
I'll tell you the biggest surprise there is probably not the biggest surprise, but the guy that's doing really well there, in my opinion, is Miles Bridges. He is an absolute
highlight film, human highlight film. He's a new highlight film.
Can do it all. Yeah.
Watched him a few days ago against the Pelicans. Yeah.
And look at that. If you have a look at the Suns, they are playing the best defense out in the West as well. Have a look at that. 104.6. They are the best defensive team in the West.
That's great, man. I really would hate. I mean, I would love to see the Phoenix franchise, win it, at least go to the finals or win it at all, because they've had a very successful franchise historically, going way back to the late. We must pay homage to the late great Paul Westphal, who just we lost on a few weeks ago, and going way back to those days, and when Connie Hawkins is with them, they've all and people like Walter Davis and KJ, they've always had a great talent, but never could get too far in the playoffs. So I love to see the Phoenix Suns do well.
Interesting. I mean, Denver haven't started it. They're 500 to start off with. Nikola Jokic leading the NBA in assists, and
he's a big fella.
He's unbelievable, that guy. But I don't think he's had as much help from the rest of the team at the moment. It's been.
He'd probably be the first center to lead the league in assists since way back when Wilt did it years ago. Wilt Chamberlain.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say that.
They told him he was shooting too much. He was too selfish on offensive end. This is Wilt Chamberlain. So he said, "Okay, all right, I'll show you guys." And he came back the following season and led the league in assists. So that's pretty cool.
It's hard to know which teams are going to emerge. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. I think Golden State could definitely make the playoffs, and you can see that there. That if Steph's healthy, there's always a good chance that these guys make the playoffs. I reckon that they are that good.
That comeback game they had against the Clippers the other day was one for the ages. Steph put their team on the back, and they really responded well. It was great. I'm loving the rookie as well too. The big Wiseman. He's looking pretty good. But going back to the East, the rookie of the year, who's the guy who's emerging as rookie of the year right now is definitely LaMelo Ball, who just had his first.
I agree. I don't know why. I can understand why Minnesota didn't pick LaMelo Ball, but he is the best player. He's the best player in this draft class. Certainly, I wouldn't say by streets, but definitely the best. Definitely the best.
He was the youngest rookie ever to tally up a
triple double
the other day, which is amazing feat. Love watching him play against his brother the other day too when they played the Pelicans. That was good fun watching those two on the court together. That particular game was a game for siblings, so particularly brothers, because you had two ball brothers playing against each other. Then the two kids played for the
Charlotte.
played for the what's the
Cody Martin.
Yeah, the Martin boys. Yeah. One of them had a huge dunk the other day. I just watched the highlights the other day. And then he also had Stan and Jeff Van Gundy. Stan coaching the Pelicans, and Jeff Van Gundy was at his home in Houston calling the game.
Yeah, I saw that
So
too.
that
I
was
saw that. I saw that Stan
pretty
was
cool.
calling it, and the coach, yeah, his brother.
Yeah, but this Melo kid is he's fun to watch. He's a fun player to watch. Very efficient, very confident, crafty in what he does.
Is that
He's
good?
something else.
I'm thinking of ordering a Charlotte Hornets jersey with LaMelo Ball on it. I reckon that would be a
If you
good.
can order one in quadruple XL for me as well too.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, youngest ever to get that triple double, as you said. It's just hard to know exactly where the teams are going. We've sort of spoken a bit about, I guess how the teams are going. But it's very early, as you know, and a lot can happen. Injury is a big factor. We also saw that, we haven't said this yet, but Jay Morant a few weeks back got injured as well.
Oh yeah, John. Yeah, I
I
saw that.
think he's back. Is he coming back though? I think.
We got another couple of weeks, I think. Yeah, it was quite a severe ankle injury.
Yeah.
It would have been very excruciating, the pain he would have been experiencing initially, with those ankle injuries. But he's young too as well. Those kids bounce back so quickly with that youthfulness. He'll come back jumping even higher out of the gym. When he gets back out there, because he'll be gnawing at the bits, right?
You can see that new signing for Charlotte, Gordon Hayward, leading the team in scoring as well, doing very well.
Yeah, I'm really happy for Gordon too. Yeah, I thought, at the beginning of the season, I thought he experienced another injury. This injury setback, but he's playing some good ball now
He's sort of leading this team. He's playing he's playing a bit of power forward as well. They've even had PJ Washington play a bit of centre.
Yeah, PJ, I like him as well. That Charlotte team, I like that team.
That's a good sort of small ball lineup there. You got Hayward, Rozier, Ball, Washington, and Graham. That's just a small ball lineup.
Washington's playing the center. He's a center by committee, right?
Well, at the moment, Bismack Biyombo's starting.
Oh yeah, Biyombo. Yeah, he's pretty decent as well too. I like his game.
Yeah.
He boards hard.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of
off the bench. Yeah.
Yeah, Biyombo kind of reminds me of a Ben Wallace type, but obviously without all the crazy hair. He's actually the opposite. He's got the real shortcut, the old 1990s, 1980s sort of style cut, the real short sort of cut, Because some of these kids are wearing some pretty crazy hairstyles these days. I guess my hair is okay, but
So tell any other teams you wanted to sort of talk about. We've sort of talking a bit about the Charlotte Hornets and their season.
Yeah, Spurs got a kid on their team that's starting to emerge. What the San Antonio Spurs? Keldon, I think his name is.
Yeah, so you're talking about Keldon Johnson.
Keldon Johnson, yeah, he's another rookie that's emerging as well for the Spurs.
So Keldon Johnson, so they lost to Minnesota today. Minnesota haven't won too many games. So yeah, Keldon Johnson didn't play that well today though. But LaMarcus Aldridge is back. Deontay Murray. Patty Mills has had a really good run lately.
He's really established in that lineup. He's a grizzled veteran, Patty.
So he was playing well for Minnesota. Malik Beasley's doing pretty good there too.
Yeah, he got caught up in a bit of controversy, with he was seen holding Scottie Pippen's ex-missus's hand the other day. There's quite a big age difference there between the two of them.
Who is that? Sorry.
This is Beasley from Minnesota.
Oh, okay. I heard another story.
Yeah.
The Pippen's ex-wife gets around a bit. She was trying to talk to some teenager as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. She's something else. But I think we might just kind of bypass all that.
I was watching. I'll tell you a team that's fun to watch this year is the Indiana Pacers. Malcolm Brogdon doing really well. Look at Sabonis.
Solid player. Malcolm is just so solid.
Look at that. And Oladipo.
Solid. He's a solid citizen too off the court. He does a lot of civil rights sort of stuff, out there speaking and stuff. He's a real good young leader, in every aspect, on and off the court. So I like Malcolm a lot.
Yeah. Oladipo is looking really good too this year, nearly 20 points a game.
Solid player. Also a great entertainer. I don't know if you knew, he's a really good singer. He went
Oladipo was on the Masked Singer, wasn't he?
Yes, that's it. The master. He had on some crazy footwear. He had like some bare footies on or some kind of crazy footwear he had on that particular episode. But he can sing though.
The other one that I saw on the Masked Singer was Lonzo Ball was on there as well.
Oh, really? What was he doing? Was he rapping?
No, I think he was trying to rap.
Right, so he's attempting to, huh?
But yeah, no, I think someone guessed it. I think Ken Jeong, the guy, the Asian sort of judge, guessed it correctly. He actually got Lonzo Ball correct. Yeah.
Is he a comedian?
Yeah, comedian. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was a judge on the show. I got to watch this show one day.
It was on. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it was on in Australia recently, the American version. But
yeah, we all know. You know who the best rapper in the NBA is, right?
Who's that?
Dame Time.
Yeah, well, I want to hear it. Yeah, he's pretty cool. He definitely can rap. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's got a nice flow. Even though he's rapping a lot of the current style of rapping, I'm more used to some of the older school type rappers like Jay-Z.
Miles Turner, mate, 37 blocks in 9 games.
Man, he's sending out serious rejection slips.
He's playing. He's playing
well.
At
his best.
Yeah. So what else have you got on your list there? Anything else? You got something else to discuss there on your list?
Well, the Lakers Rockets. Right before we went on, I watched the Lakers Rockets highlights and.
So Lakers win 120 to 102.
Yeah, I watched some of the highlights. AD went to work. He blasted the team a couple of days ago. He was really upset. They played someone. And he was very upset about the lack of effort in that particular game. He went on recorded. Went to the public and was blasting his teammates. They came out and responded against the Houston Rockets, obviously. You also had Christian Wood prior to that game who was calling out AD. Said, "I'm going to bring everything I got at him." He was just kind of putting up the challenge. He actually played well. He had 23 points that game. But the Lakers.
He's had a great year, Christian Wood. That's such a good move coming to Houston there.
I'm really happy for him because I was reading the other day about how he didn't go drafted. He went undrafted. Right?
Yeah.
And he had on draft night, he had actually rented out a big room, some space at a hotel or something, and had hundreds of his friends and family there, only to see him not go drafted.
Yeah.
The worst part about it is his girlfriend on that evening. Well, she was just his girlfriend that evening because he put her on the plane after the draft special, and never saw her again. She left him.
Shit. Yeah, I think I heard
fast forward 2 years later, he signs a $70 million deal. I bet she's knocking on his door now.
Yeah. Yeah, Christian Wood, the Crucifix. I've heard one of the nicknames. He's I'll tell you one thing that's one thing I've noticed about him is the Houston for now, they seem to have changed a bit. Harden isn't taking as many shots as he used to.
Silas. The new coach Silas, that's all to his credit. He brought in, he's implemented a new system that's really involving everybody.
So really Christian Wood seems to be the focus of the offense. 20 shots, Harden 14, John Wall 14. So, and there's another couple of incidents in this game. I don't know if you saw them if you're watching the game, but there was an ejection or 2 ejections.
Oh yeah, that was there was Morris and
Markeith, yeah, only 3 minutes in.
Another guy that I think he doesn't get a lot of ejections, and a guy by the name of DeMarcus Cousins, who I've never really known him to get ejected from games before, so I was a bit surprised.
Did you see? But the one where he got ejected for wasn't that incident. It wasn't the incident with Markeith. It was actually slapped. He actually slapped LeBron driving to the basket. Just slapped him on the fucking head.
We showed a replay of that, and I'm one of the biggest LeBron supporters. There is, along with Shay Sharp. I don't know if you know Shannon Sharp, who does the show. He's the show with Skip Bayless. I'm probably the second biggest. He's a big supporter of LeBron, and I might be the second biggest. But in that particular incident, LeBron did flop when
he does flop. I mean, he does. He doesn't take pain very well, LeBron.
Yeah, he flopped in that incident, and then DeMarcus Cousins responded, and as does they're used to him being the person he is. They got rid of him. Took him out of the game. So poor old DeMarcus, man, always get kicked out. But moving on.
Yeah,
moving right along. How about Steph Curry? We haven't talked much about Steph Curry's emergence.
Yeah, Steph Curry. He's as I said, he's sort of kept his team basically on his shoulders. They beat the struggling Raptors by a point today, but he didn't play that well today. But he had 9 rebounds, 6 assists as a team. A team effort today that did the job.
The amazing thing with him is every team he plays, he knows he's going to have 3 or 4 guys coming at him defensively.
Yeah.
And he's still, he's getting shot off, and he's still making the right passes, right plays, letting the game come to him. Just a very, he's always been a very cerebral type of player. He's a great team. He's a great leader. He's really, really showing, why he makes the most money in the NBA, per season. I think he's on $43 million a year.
Yeah,
and,
Draymond Green with a triple-double. He must have done pretty well today. 10, 9, and 10, very close to a triple-double.
That was Curry?
Green as well, 10, 9, and 10, Draymond.
He's another reason why they're being very successful as well, too. He's the heart and soul of that team. He's not the greatest shooter or whatever. Or he's just your ultimate utility man, on the team.
Yeah,
off the court,
they seem to be using their bench quite well. The Warriors, they seem to be using their bench players quite well. They've got some players that are playing well together as a team.
Who would you say would be the most valuable bench person at this moment?
Pascal's had a few good games lately, so I'd say probably him if he's playing off the bench.
Yeah, he's fearless, man, out there. He played on an AAU team with Donovan Mitchell, so they're very good mates.
Also, like Damian Lee, I think he's a good 3-point shooter.
He won a game for them a few weeks ago, right? He's got to hit the big shot to win a game for them, right?
Yeah.
A few weeks ago. Yeah.
So I think they've got a good mix of players there. I mean, as you said, Wiseman's he's looking good when he's on the court. He's
got a nice shot from outside. And also, he's got a nice little game. Some people have compared him to Chris Bosh.
Yeah, I can see the similarity to Chris Bosh. I think if there's anybody that's like Chris Bosh, it could be this guy. I think he might be the next player like that. In 4 seasons' time, he'll be an absolute all-star if that's the case.
I know. We'll have to get him. First, we'll have to get him and Jared Allen, and a couple of those guys to a barber, man. His hair is just all over the place. He and Jared Allen be the first 2 guys I would sit in the barber's chair, get a little bit of a trim happening,
Yeah. But yeah, that 63-point game that I was watching that was just awesome about a week ago.
Oh, Steph, yeah. He was just. I think that was the game Draymond came back. The first game Draymond came back, right?
Yep.
So that just tells you, just an indication of how comfortable he is on the court with Draymond.
Just on Draymond, I saw something really funny on Facebook in the last couple of days. You know that Maxi Nicey guy? that Maxi.
Yeah, like Max. He does.
He did one of Draymond Green. You got to watch. You got to have a look at the Draymond Green one.
Oh, I got it. I know that's going to be pretty funny. Yeah.
You got to watch that.
He picks up on all the little nuances of players, doesn't he?
You just laugh your head off.
I wish we could play that right now for the folks out there to see, but I'm going to check that out.
We might be able. We'll see if I don't know. Let's just see if we can. I can see if I can find it while you have a look. What's next on your list?
I'm just looking here. We're covering a lot of the stuff. KD being out. We already spoke about that. Ja being out. Oh, because of the COVID, what we expected. A lot of teams and players miss games because of COVID. And someone on social media suggested taking a few weeks off, the league taking a few weeks off, and probably bubbling, looking at rebubbling, maybe having a bubble out on the East Coast, one on the West Coast. Then once playoffs starts, have a playoff bubble. What do you think about that?
I think a bubble is definitely something I've heard. I read a few people talk about a bubble. And going back because it was very successful and at the moment what we're seeing with these crazy games, I didn't really look at the standings in too much detail, but a lot of teams aren't just there's no home court advantage at all from what I'm seeing.
No.
I'm seeing a lot of shit teams beat a lot of good teams on the road. I'm not sure if you know that.
That's the other thing I was going to mention as well too. A lot of individual players are having like out of this world games because there's no fans, there's no pressure, there's no added pressure with the fan in this thing. In case of the Bulls, with some fantastic, phenomenal statistics as a result, because they're playing a lot more comfortable sort of scenario. And I played on many teams over the years where you had guys who were phenomenal practice players and then when we get to the game situation with the lights, cameras, action, and fans, they're like deers in the headlight, So you gotta know, without having a fan, we can't underestimate the fact that not having fans in the stands, or very few fans, is really contributing to these outstanding statistics that some guys are having,
I read somewhere. The other thing I read today was that there's 40 players now. We can check, but I'm pretty sure it's about 40 players that are getting at least 20 points a game. That's
compared to how many in the past.
Usually, probably
on average.
There's some teams don't even get. Sometimes there'll be a few teams in the league that wouldn't have a player scoring more than 20. So
this 40 players averaging 20 or more,
which is about at least 10 more than normal. At least 10 more than normal. So
we're talking only 30 teams in the league.
Yeah, that's right. There's usually one player on each team on average. So
yes, some teams have multiple players averaging 20 plus. Which teams might that be? Possibly the Lakers. Obviously, and maybe, and also the Nets, of course, with KD and Kyrie. They're both over 20 a game.
Both of Indiana players.
Yeah, all your elite teams will have 20. What about the Portland Trailblazers? How are they going so far, in your opinion?
They're actually in the top. They're in the playoff. They're in a playoff position at the moment. So, but it's hard, as I said, we don't know if they are a better team than Utah at the moment. We don't know. They're right in the middle. Are they better than Denver? Probably not. But
hard to say.
The CJ McCollum, my guy, has just been on fire this year. He's been absolutely on fire. I was watching him yesterday, and he was just draining three after three after three.
He's your favorite player? He's one of your favorite guys?
Well, he's on my fantasy team, so that always
helps. There you go.
I traded Van Vliet for CJ McCollum, and Van Vliet is the only one that's really playing that well in Toronto at the moment. So he's playing well. Lillard, probably not. He usually plays better than what he is, but he's still pretty good. And
Well, he was
but
on the receiving end of most of Steph's 60-some points, wasn't he, the other day? He was on the receiving end of that 60.
yeah, they were. Yeah. They couldn't
Yeah.
keep up with him, man. They were trying, but they just couldn't keep up. I mean, he was just going crazy. I think I found this video, this Draymond.
Oh, here we go.
Let's see if I can share it. I'll just see if I can share it. I'm not sure. Not sure. Can you see that?
Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, that's his most recent antics. He was with the backpack on and all that. That's Max Dicey kid. Directing traffic in his own inimitable way. No, that way. Oh man, this is funny stuff. I wonder if he's going to show him. He's going to shoot an airball 3.
So what's the whole? I mean, what's the whole backpack thing? You know what that was?
Yeah, he's directing. The other guy that's with him, I think his name is Loso. He's another funny dude. He does his own stuff as well. So these two, him and his Max Nicey guy have combined efforts to do some videos together. Because the other guy has his own little separate thing he does. Yeah.
He did one. He did one for LaMelo Ball today too. I just saw that.
All right.
So I haven't watched it yet, but yeah, that'd be.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
Check that out.
Moving away from basketball. I was just reading where the Tyson Holyfield might be fighting again. Yeah, I was just reading about that. Yeah, $200 million fight they're looking at.
Did you watch the Tyson? Did you watch Tyson Roy Jones Jr.? Did you watch any of that?
Yeah, I watched highlights of it. Yeah, someone was saying they look like two old uncles fighting at a cookout. Fighting at a cookout. Somebody's uncles.
So Tyson versus Holyfield. So I think Holyfield is 4 years older. Is that right? 58.
Not sure. I'm not sure what the age gap there. But I think that was still
Evander Holyfield.
A lot of eyeballs.
He wants to make that happen, so that's what Evander Holyfield. I've actually found a photo. I don't think this is Photoshop, but it looks legit. It does look legit. Them both there, see?
Yeah, like a couple of uncles right there, old uncles.
So he's got for someone 58. He looks. They both look pretty trim around the face, don't they?
Yeah. As you get older, you tend to slim down a bit.
But I reckon they'd have to be taking some TRT. I reckon, like some TRT, like testosterone replacement therapy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I've never heard of that. But these guys would.
Yeah, so I reckon that it'd have to be. I mean, they can't look that good. Surely.
Yeah. But after that I'm surprised Holyfield wants to get back in the ring with him after that ear incident, ear bite incident, from a few years back.
Well, it's good they can let bygones be bygones. Hope obviously a different time and a different Tyson.
Yeah, time heals all wounds. Time always does that. That's the thing about time. As a way of healing wounds, whether it be physical, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Yeah, it heals all of them. Yeah.
So what have you got on the go coming up, Andre? The Great War.
I'll probably be heading up. Well, I'm not probably be. I will be heading up to Cairns a few weeks to do a couple things up there with a couple schools, and I'm looking forward to getting back into that whole environment. I had a great time up there with the Taipans way back in the early 2000s.
Yep.
And look forward to catching friends up there, up that way. Have you ever made your way up to the far north Queensland?
Haven't really sort of stayed there. I've been sort of just passing through, really. Haven't really sort of stayed there for too long. So no, I do. It's somewhere I'll certainly Cairns and in around that sort of area. I'd certainly like to spend a bit more time at some stage.
Yeah, really lovely place up there.
So they're yeah, beautiful. Very hot though.
Oh yeah, super hot up there. I remember being up there years ago. It was so hot. I turned around. It was a man in a red suit with a pitchfork. There, it was that hot up there. He had horns in his head too.
You sure he was a man?
Day.
You sure it was a man?
Yeah, it was. Man, the red suit, the horns, and the pitchfork. Very hot day.
Oh my God.
Yeah, what else I got out here? On the college note, there the NCAA tournament, which is coming up in March.
So
they decided
obviously they cancelled it last year, and so they're going to have the March Madness this year.
Yeah, they're going to have it all in Indiana in one city.
Yep.
It's going to take place in one city. So all the teams will be they're invited. 64 odd teams will be all staying in one big hotel. Each school will have their own floor, and obviously because of COVID restrictions, I think that's a great idea. The whole tournament all in one spot. So Indianapolis will be hosting it this year. I'm sure they'll do a great job with it. Yeah.
Have you heard any sort of rumblings as to who'll be the number one pick coming out of college the draft that they do this year?
Oh man, no, I can't really think of any. I haven't been really following that. I can't remember.
Usually sort of as it gets to sort of April, May, that's when we start looking.
Yeah.
Detail.
Right now, I've only been kind of NBA.
So there's a guy I'm just having.
We got NBL kicking off pretty soon too as well here. The NBL season. Have you been following the lead up to the NBL season in preseason?
Well, I think it's a good idea for me to follow it a bit more this year, especially we're going to be talking about it from time to time. So I think we should follow it.
Yeah.
But obviously, your favourite team, the Bullets, still?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, Bullets. Well, I'm partial to the Brisbane Bullets, the Taipans, of course. I play there, and also next year, the new team Tasmania will be coming in. Because I played for Hobart, Tasmania years ago, so they'll be called the Tasmanian
Jack Jumpers. Jack Jumpers.
Jack Jumper. I was just about to say Jumping Jacks.
Yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg was in a movie called Jumping Jack Flash. That's what came to mind.
Do you know
Jack Jumpers, which is a very, very tough.
Do you actually know what a Jack Jumper is?
No, I just said that. I just said it was they're very tough, rugged ant, right?
Yeah.
It's indigenous to the Tasmania area. Yeah.
Very swampy sort of locations. You get a lot of if it's a bit of swampy type. You get a lot of those ants that jump up and jump on. They're called jumping.
We actually do have some leaping ability. They have leaping. These ants can actually. They're not called Jack Jumpers for nothing. They jump on you. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. So how many teams have we got? It looks like there are 9 teams in the NBL. Is that what you got? So you got the Bullets.
Yes, we have. I think 9 with the new Melbourne squad.
You got the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix.
Yes, Phoenix and the United. Melbourne.
The Adelaide 36ers. That's still around.
Adelaide.
Illawarra.
Yes, you got Perth Wildcat, who've been dominating the competition the last 30-some years. I think they've been in the playoffs every year over 30 years. Most consistent, most very well run organization. The Perth Wildcat. You got to take your hat off to them, even though they're the team that beat us in the grand final my first year, 1990. It just keep the ball rolling. As far as consistency and excellence. So, and who else we got? We haven't named the Kansas Taipans, of course.
Sydney Kings.
Kings, Illawarra, who's bringing back Brian Gorgon, I think is the all-time winningest coach in NBL history. So he's back over in our league after a successful stint over in China. He's been coaching over in China. I think he even coached Starberry's team in one stage.
Mm.
Might have coached Starberry's team one time. He's had a very successful career over there in China. It was great to have him back here.
Looks like and the New Zealand Breakers. That's I think the last team out of the 9. And
so for your way, yeah, you're over where you are. You have to go check some. How far would you be from where they play at?
I'd have to fly from Queenstown to Auckland, I think.
How long flight we looking at?
About an hour and a half, maybe. Yeah, an hour and a half, 2-hour flight.
That's like Brisbane, Sydney sort of thing. Yeah.
I have booked I don't know if I told you, I have booked a flight to come back to Brisbane on the 25th of February.
Yeah, I'll be back. We'll definitely catch up. We'll get the mustard and catch up. Yeah.
Yeah, so 3 weeks. I think I'm back for 3 weeks actually, and so hopefully that doesn't get. Hopefully fingers crossed that all happens. So.
Yeah. We'll definitely catch up. We'll have a meal or something, and look forward to you coming solo. You're not bringing the missus back, right? Coming solo, right? Or you're coming bringing the missus back?
I am coming solo. I mean, the wife will still stay home. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's looking forward. So the NBL season, that'll be interesting. The Breakers, they've got Lamar Patterson. I think. Have you heard of him?
Yeah. We lost Lamar. He was our bullet for the Bullets the last 3 or 4 years, I guess. Yeah, great player. Reminds me a lot of a guy by the name of Mark McGuire, who played Paul University in Chicago, and also he was a great player with the Mavericks. He had similar playing styles. Lamar, he was a lot of fun to watch. Yeah, but I was back to the NBA. I was going to mention the Bullets connection. We have a guy by the name of Will Magnay, who's from Brisbane boy, who's now sitting on the bench and playing, suiting up for the Pelicans with Zion Williamson. So he's hopefully going to be in their rotation at some stage down the track. Great player. He actually broke myself and Leroy Logan's shot blocking records here with the Bullets. So he's a heck of a player. So best wishes to Will Mack.
So there's the Bullets team that they've got up there at the moment. Harry Froling.
Froling. Yeah, Froling. I played with Froling's dad.
Yep,
he's a great kid. Yep.
So Harry must be Shane's son, and
yes, Shane's son. Yes.
I think Orlando Johnson. He's one of the.
Yeah, Shane has 4 kids, 2 girls and 2 boys, all playing very, very good basketball at the highest level for various teams at university and professionally. So kudos to him and his wife, Jenny Frawley, for what they've done with their 4 kids. Yeah, 2 girls and 2 boys. They're all pretty big too, pretty tall.
So what other players should we be watching for on the Bullets team this year, mate? We've got Orlando Johnson, must be an import, I think.
All those guys are pretty talented. Jason Cadiz is a grizzled veteran. Yeah. Matty Hodgson, he holds down the middle pretty good. Nathan Sobey, great scorer, shooter.
Nathan Sobey,
energy guy. Yeah, Sobey. Yeah, so he came over from Adelaide, I think, a couple years ago, and he can light it up.
Yep.
He can really light it up. And this Orlando Johnson, I haven't heard much about him. I heard he's pretty decent, but I haven't heard much. They got Vacona coming back. Vacona's from New Zealand way too. He's been in the league for many years. He'd be close to knocking on 40's door. 40. Yeah, Vacona. Yeah, just pull him out. What is he?
38. There we go. 38 years of age.
Yeah, great. That's really cool to see him still out there running around. Just it's a testament to how well he looks after himself. on and off the court. And he's a man. He hits the boards hard. He's a great energy guy.
That's a good pickup for Brisbane then.
Pardon me?
That's a good pickup from Brisbane if they've took him away from. He's been with them since 2018.
He was here. He's been here a couple of years now. He's been for a couple of years now. Yeah.
So before that, 8 years with the Breakers, or probably even more than that. It was probably about 16 years with the Breakers, at maybe 15 or 16. So
did he play 16 years with him? Wow.
We started in 2003 and finished up in 2018. So that's a pretty good stretch.
Yeah. He obviously looks after his body well, eats well, and I'm really impressed with this guy. So hopefully he has a good year this year too.
Okay, well there we go. I'm going to follow the bullets. I've got the team there, and I'll make sure I can put it on and watch it when it must start pretty soon. I think it starts this Saturday.
Yes, yeah, they where the game, because they were talking about having a bubble as well, but I think they changed it up, and they're gonna let every team play in their own home city. So it's pretty cool. So I got to make a few calls. See if I'll be coming along to a few games. Take my young fella to a few games. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man.
Go Bullets.
So, got anything else on your little bit of paper there, Andre?
I think I've exhausted everything on my little paper, my little notes here. Spoke about everything I had to talk about. There's probably hundreds of thousands of other things that we missed out on, but we'll have time to revisit those things next time.
I did write some other stuff here too. One thing we saw about 3 or 4 days ago, just after some incidents that were occurring in the States, we had the Bucks Pistons game. That was the game as they after they basically threw the ball up and had the tip off. They all got on one knee. Did you see that? They all lowered.
Oh yeah.
So what did you think?
That was after the Capitol Hill incident, right? That was stunning.
That was also to do with what happened in Milwaukee, because in Milwaukee there was a.
Right. There was no arrest for the shooting. Another one of those crazy incidents. A police officer that wasn't reprimanded for what he did. So that's just very unfortunate,
Yeah, very.
We got to do better as a society.
So I think we've covered off on quite a bit. I think that's pretty much most of an hour that we've sort of spent discussing what's been happening, I guess, this season in the NBA, on the doorstep of the NBL season. There's obviously quite a bit happening.
We have discussed this chain I'm wearing right here with Afrocentricity. This is a bit of this is my little nod to Afrocentricity. Yeah.
Okay.
Being from Africa, being African, having African roots and heritage. I love to wear this thing from time to time to sort of be at one with my Afrocentricity.
Yeah, much respect.
And the world is round too. It's not flat, Kyrie. Yeah, by the way.
Yeah. I think that's about all. It's been great to catch up, man. We'll try to do this as regular as you can. Have a good. I think you're going to Toowoomba this week, are you? Is that right?
Yeah. I'll go up there for a few days and catch up with my guy Pop Dickerson and the super camp up there. Yeah, been running for 30-some years, almost 35 years, close to 35 years. So go up there and give them a hand with the kiddies, and it should be fun. So I'll see you guys soon if you're watching Clarence and the Dickerson family. Yeah.
No worries, man. I'll try to get this uploaded early tomorrow morning, hopefully, before I've got to do a bit of a trip myself for 2 days. So,
Yeah.
so I'll get it uploaded. And that's been the first episode of More Than a Game podcast. Dre and Tim, love to sort of get together and talk what's going on, mainly in the NBA. It's always fascinating to watch. I mean, I think the games this year to me has still been just as exciting.
They have.
I just enjoy watching it. You know, the NBA League Pass, you need to have that. It's obviously really, really good.
It's just the league. I love the way the league is balanced. It's kind of balanced out. The spread of talent is, it's more parity now.
There's certainly a lot more parity. At the moment, there's not what we call a super team. I mean, the Lakers looking a bit like a super team, but there's really two dominant players on that team with a lot of good role players that are doing quite well. I think Montrez, Schroeder are fitting very well in LA, and they're sort of doing very.
Kyle Kuzma at the sign his country, he's playing pretty good too.
Could play better, but I'm hard on my guy.
Yeah, everybody's pretty hard on Kuz. He's trying to find his way, man. He was, at one stage he was starting, and he's.
I'm just going to give it 2 or 3 seasons for Kuzma. I'm not going to give up on him. I think he's an all-star talent. I really think that.
Yeah. What's been the most? Before we go, what do you think has been the most dynamic individual play that you've seen, whether it be a slam dunk or game winner so far?
Definitely, one of the dunks that sticks out to me is was it Josh Collins?
John Collins.
John Collins.
John Collins on the fro. Jared Allen. Yeah. That was just exactly what I was getting to. I wish you could pull that one up, just to remind the folks how vicious that was.
Yeah, okay.
Reckon you can pull it up at all?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll pull that up. Josh.
That was one of the nastiest dunks I've ever seen.
Yeah, he loved it, man.
It was funny because I thought it was him taking out his frustration on him getting dunked on very nasty by Embiid last year, John Collins. So he got dunked on by Embiid really crazy, and then he took it out on Jared Allen the other day. That's been by far. Yeah.
We'll see if we can find this one. Here we go.
Yeah. The Lakers hat you wear. How long have you had that Lakers hat?
Pretty recent.
How long have you had that Lakers? Okay.
Here
we go. We just caught the tail end of it right there. We're gonna rewind that. Yeah. There we go. Oh, there we go. It's off a screenplay.
Did you get that?
Yeah. It was kind of slow motion coming in, kind of slow motion, right? But I suppose it'll come up properly once we upload this here.
I will see how it goes. But thanks very much for your time, Andre. I've got to get going.
Yeah.
And we'll try to catch up when do you get back from Toowoomba?
Into this week, yeah.
Okay, maybe Monday next week or something. We'll see where we go.
Yeah. We'll have to work on some intro and outro music as well too for
intro, outro music, some banners, some logos, lots of different things.
Yeah,
but this is episode number
just
1.
Early stages, folks. Just early stages, folks. Yeah.
Early stages, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Gotta crawl before you walk. I appreciate it. Yeah.